Hello and welcome to the Great British Sitcom, the show in which we watch some potentially forgotten sitcom classics to see if they've stood the test of time. I'm Mark, and as ever, I'm joined by my co-host Chris Wood.
Hello.
And Chris Wood. Oh, said Chris. I got it wrong. Got that wrong. Who are you? Chris Jones. There we go.
That's not funny anymore. Like before, we're like, Mark's so incompetent, but it's just boring.
which is in many ways worse. And I think if we watch this back or listen to this back, I think I said potentially wrong as well. Never mind.
What?
I think I mumbled the word potentially.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I felt it. I was like, please don't notice. But now you know. Today we're watching To The Manor Born, and we're likely watching... Scroll down. Oh, no, we're not. Series 1, Episode 3, Rhythms of the Earth, or Going to the Church. We're not quite sure what we're watching.
What?
It wasn't clear on IMDb, I think. I've got different names from different places. You guys are like quite reaching for your phone already. You're probably going to tell me otherwise.
I don't know.
What's this? What?
To The Manor Born. So I don't actually know what episode we're watching today.
So,
What series is it?
Series 1, and then Episode 3. And then it should hopefully be Rhythms of the Earth. Or Going to Church. While you're finding that, James, do you want to read the series premise?
yeah.
It's quite a long one.
Wow. Series premise. Audrey Forbes Hamilton is sad when her husband dies, but is shocked when she realises that she has to leave Grantley Manor, where her family has lived forever. The new owner is Richard the Vere, owner of a major supermarket chain. Audrey makes sure she's on hand to keep an eye on him by buying the old lodge on the edge of the manor grounds. As time goes by, both Richard and Audrey realises that they are both falling for each other, but both are too shy to do anything about it. Meanwhile, Mrs. Paluvica, Richard's mother, brackets, he changed his name to help him in his business, close brackets, there's a situation between Richard and Audrey, and is determined to see that Richard does the right thing. Audrey's friend Marjorie Frobisher and butler Brabinger are on hand to help out if necessary. Written by Peter Spence, Rosemary and Thyme. Not 9 o'clock news.
Is that a series premise?
Series premise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
pretty
right.
heavy.
It is called Rhythms of the Earth / Going to Church. So it's like a little double-barreled title, sort of Shakespearean in a way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so it's not like I've not got 2 episodes then. It is one thing.
Yeah, it is one, yeah.
Cool.
Just couldn't decide, couldn't pick between those 2 titles.
Nice. All right then. Well, James, you already read out who it's written by, which is great. Thank you for that. The series ran for 4 series and 22 episodes in total, between 79 and 81. But there was a special one-off episode in 2007. You might have seen the rating in this. Did you see the rating?
No.
No. Do you want to have a guess what it was?
7.
It's always a good shout.
7.6.
Oh, 7.5.
Close,
Well done. This
Still wrong.
episode, this series, stars Penelope Keith as Audrey, 2 Fs, Forbes, Hamilton, The Good Life. What she was in Woof. Hey. Executive Stress. Don't know what that is. Peter Bowles as Richard the Vere, Only When I Laugh, and Citizen Khan. Angela Thorne as Marjorie Frobisher. They're not making these names easy.
No.
From the BFG, Emmerdale, and
The BFG?
Yeah.
What, the cartoon?
Not sure.
No, the actual historical event.
The documentary.
documentary.
BFG was good shit, wasn't it? How good was the BFG?
I don't really have any memory of it.
What?
Oh, I know what it's about. It's about a big friendly giant, but, you know, is that the gist of it? That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah. They go around with the dreams and let him blow him for a big trumpet.
Dreams.
They what?
Isn't that what he does?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
He blows them through a trumpet?
Yeah, the special trumpet, and he blows the dreams into your ear.
Oh. Not realistic.
Eat snozcumbers.
Eat what?
Delicious. Snozcumbers.
Oh.
Delicious.
What are
vegetable.
they? Well,
Do you reckon, is that a derivative of the snozberry?
and a cucumber.
Like he's some sort of botanist and he's...
What's snozberry? Is that from Willy Wonka?
Yeah. Well, not from Willy Wonka, he didn't invent it, but I guess it was a fruit that pre-existed in...
Same
Lumberland.
universe, I guess, that Roald Dahl, isn't it?
Yeah,
Change
cinematic
universe.
unit,
Interesting.
Literary universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
The most ambitious crossover event in
How many times have we made that joke in this fucking podcast?
the Roald Dahl connected universe.
Wonka versus Giant.
Wonka vs. Giant. There was an Easter egg where there was a big peach pip in the back of Charlie Chocolate Factory or something.
Sorry for the fans.
Oh my god, does this mean?
Did you see that giant pip? Pip! It's stone, isn't it?
Ah, pit. All right, fine. Peach pit. Fine. All right. Pedantic. All right. Could tell someone's Team James.
Yeah.
Went to London Zoo, couldn't relax. Keep an eye on that rhinoceros.
Favourite Roald Dahls? I don't think I've read any of them. So if I'm honest, I've never read many books as a kid, so not a big statement.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is Roald Dahl. Was that Mr. Roald Dahl?
He was.
I was like Mr. Roald Dahl.
Mr. Roald Dahl. Mr. Roald Dahl, can I get your autograph, please?
Fox is pretty good.
The twits.
Idiots.
Yeah, I don't really, yeah, that's a bit of a weird book.
The cornflakes in his beard, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, bits of food in his beard and eat the birds
Disgusting.
in the garden or something.
Absolutely
Put
disgusting.
them in a pie.
Can't remember what happens in that, though.
I don't remember what it was about. Yeah, just
A couple of idiots.
filth.
All right. The Witches, pretty scary, wasn't it? Remember that?
Again, it's one I remember.
Angelica Houston.
Is that the
Yeah, I only
one
remember
where,
that.
like, at some point there's like a zombie and he's got his mouth stitched up?
That would be Hocus Pocus, Mark. That's a different film. It has
The
witches
Witches
in
is
it.
the one. Wasn't that set in? Was it in Wales? Oh, it's somewhere like quite
Yeah,
country-like,
it's weird.
and it was they wanted to turn the kids into mouses.
Nice.
Mises.
Yeah, which one's that?
That's the Witches.
Oh, I thought it was the same film.
And then it was
Angelica Houston
the
is the main
sequel,
witch.
Stuart Little, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was the direct sequel.
That was terrible. How bad
What?
was that? That remake with what's her fucking name?
Of what?
The Witches. They did a remake
I haven't
with
seen it.
I've done it already.
I don't watch a lot
Anne
of
Hathaway.
scary films.
Dreadful. It's too spooky for me.
Well, not for me, but I live with someone who can't watch anything remotely creepy.
Okay.
I like to.
Oh no.
This sounds
A
really
great
weird.
start.
This sounds awful.
They like to.
You know where you get that thing where you jump out at someone, like scare them,
Okay.
and you get and you think, oh, that's good, like because you get to see their reaction. So like when we were first going out, like in my parents' house, they had
The dark alley, yeah. Let's meet there.
the stairs that go up to the loft room, and it was like dark and that. So she's walking back down the corridor, so I just like reached my hand out from the banister.
Oh my God.
And like, and she like jumps out of skin, and then was like, "You little shit." Surprised we carried on going out after that. But then I did nearly give her a heart attack because I decided that she was sitting at the dining table working. She had her like noise cancelling headphones in, and I've come down the stairs, and I sort of realised, oh, she hasn't heard me come down the stairs.
Opportunity.
So I decided to crawl.
Just the image of you on the
Yeah,
floor as well.
so I'm like crawling on the floor. Crawling on the floor. She doesn't notice me. She's got headphones on. She's focused on her work. Diligent. You know what I mean? So she's sitting there working. So I decided I'm on the floor underneath the end of the table. What's my play here? Where am I going with this? What am I deciding? So I decided just to pop my head up from the table.
Can you imagine a fucking head stoved in? You're lucky you're alive. What
It was
happened?
good.
Was
Well,
it?
yeah, she
It was
like
good. All right, it was good. Let's see how it was good. What happened, Chris?
What was the reaction?
Oh god, yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, you know when you build it up in your head like, oh yeah, it's gonna be funny, but
Yeah.
it's really not.
So yeah, I think we've covered that. To the Manor Born. Yeah, I mean Keith, she was in Good Life, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. Have we done that? We have, haven't we?
Good
Have we?
life, yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah,
A
yeah.
while back. I think it's series 1 maybe.
Yeah. The title's from Hamlet by Shakespeare.
What?
What, the name of the sitcom?
Though I am a native here and to the manor born, it is a custom more honoured in the breach than the observance. Good play, Hamlet. Good play. So, seen that? Is like Hamlet
Mm?
to be or not to be? That's the question. So,
Obviously.
it's filmed in Somerset.
Been to Somerset?
Have I been? No, I've not been to Somerset. No,
You been to Somerset?
I don't think so.
speak funny there, don't they?
I wouldn't know anything.
Slowly but surely continuing to alienate the audience.
They haven't got podcasts there, don't worry about it. Fucking farmers. Alright.
That's the weird thing about this sitcom. So I know nothing about it. In my head, I think there's like a little motorbike, although I think I might be getting mixed up with someone on Maud. But it feels like it was quite popular. This is a really odd one for me because I know so little about it. So I'm quite looking forward to watching it.
Oh yeah. Well, what do we think it's going to be? So what is it? Like a manor house?
Yeah.
Born there.
Was he born there? Silver spoon, all that.
Mouth.
Are they like running it or what? Is it like a attraction or is it just people living
what was
in
the
it?
thing? I just read the fucking premise, but I wasn't listening to anything I said. No, I wouldn't blame you. So it's her manor, but like they've had to sell it off because of debts.
Oh, okay.
But she is outbid by this new money guy, Richard De Vere, self-made millionaire, who started his career in East End Fruit Barrow, classic, and then he started a supermarket chain, etc. So he buys his manor, but then the Penelope Keith, who is To The Manor Born, buys a little lodge on the grounds.
Right.
So it's her house, but he's bought it because she can't afford it anymore. Bankrupt family.
So,
okay.
So is he like the rough one in this? If he's coming from like...
Oh, yeah.
Is
He's
that
rough
what
and
the
ready. He's
suggestion
rough and ready.
And
Ready.
so you're just focusing around like the village life or whatever.
Well, let me tell you something else. Add something else to the mix. De Vere brings his domineering mother, who is soon nicknamed by Audrey Mrs. Pooh.
Yeah.
They tried to call her Mrs. Shit, but they couldn't. It was before the watershed. Her full name being Maria Jaroslava Vladimira Martinka Paluvica.
Okay, so is there going to be any like not
Xenophobic
that's the
humour?
word I needed. Thank you.
Probably. Oh, right. She reveals to Audrey, who does not like foreigners, that she and her son came to Britain in 1939 from Czechoslovakia, and that Richard, whose real name is Bedřich Paluviček, is half Polish on his late father Laszlo's side and half Czechoslovak. Mrs. Paluvica tries hard to fit into British country life, but her accent often leads to many mispronunciations.
Oh, okay, classic.
And she frequently comes out with sayings from her old Czechoslovakia, even though Czechoslovakia is not so old for her. She was 15 years old when the country was created in 1919. From early on in the series, she encourages her son to propose to Audrey. This is the first paragraph of 6 paragraphs of the original series premise.
I think that's enough, if I'm honest. That's not...
So what do we think's going to happen? I guess, so we've got this episode, what's it called? Rhythms of the Earth / Going to Church.
I reckon it's something hippie-ish, Rhythms of the Earth.
Really?
Rhythms of the Earth. Or is it like farming thing, like with the different seasons in the Rhythms of the Earth?
Seasonality, no? Yeah. Could be.
Going to church. I think it's hippie stuff. Church, don't know.
Music in church, maybe?
Well...
I'm trying to link the words.
It's the most fucking basic.
No, maybe
basic interpretation.
Going to church.
Church. That's building. That's building, isn't it?
Church.
Like maybe she goes to join the church choir or something.
The church choir, spire. There's a spire on a church. Maybe she's inspired. There's an organ in church. Maybe he gets his cock out.
Right. So that aside.
What aside?
Don't know. Just trying to move on.
With that in mind. That said,
it's a good point, but let's build on that.
Let's put a pin in that. Come on, just say what you're going to say next.
I mean, I always ask this question: theme tune. Anyone know the theme tune? Anyone or guess what it could be?
I bet it's some sort of gentle classical music, isn't it?
Yeah, like some sort of sleepy little sweeping.
Sleepy.
What do you mean, like little sleepy? Yeah, why?
I don't want to double check. Sleepy. Okay.
All right. What? I'm naming dwarves, am I?
What,
doing like a little, not like a lullaby, like a little calming.
To the manor fucking born.
You know what I mean? Like little calm, like rolling landscapes. Like it's like got an aerial shot, and it like zooms in, and it's got like the manor in its setting, in its land. It's just got like little nice. Do you know like a little sleepy village?
No,
like a little.
It was just I didn't hear
sleepy.
the word sleepy.
Rip Van Winkle is
sorry. Wee Willie Winky.
Always running through the town.
Yeah, upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown. So,
yeah, probably be.
if you say that's Winky,
What?
that could be some Willie.
What?
Your surname's already like a slang for a penis, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can we say Willie?
Well, it's
Let's double down on it.
Yeah, but is that like a? Is that
Willy
always
Winky.
been a?
didn't think it through.
Billy Winky.
Has that always been a term for the male appendage?
Willie.
Yeah.
And Winky. Get his
Yeah.
Winky out.
Like, I
Winky.
can't imagine that would have been like like a proper term for it. Or
Well-
I'd imagine that'd be quite a modern thing.
Yeah, well, how language has evolved, you mean? So that's become... Yeah, so in that sense, it's a worry that any name at some point in time can become a name for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mark. It's become like slang for a sex offender.
Why did I say this aloud with two people?
There's a fucking Mark hanging around a primary school. Don't know.
The thing is, Mark already means so many things. And now...
Cunt.
Oh, okay.
Fucking useless prick. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
I was like, what is that? Oh, what's the word? Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
Wanker?
No. Yes, that's it. It was on the tip of my tongue since you guys came in, but no. What's the one that's it's a word that's like a lot of people use it as like a thing, but it actually means like a whale's penis.
Yeah, Google that on my laptop. That's fine.
Is it whale cock?
So specific.
Wales penis. Only thing that's come up is Welsh grinder.
Is that was already in the search bar? That was frequently visited.
Bookmarks. Dork.
Dork, yeah, that's it. Yeah, dork. So like, it's a thing in like American things. Oh, you're such a dork. Actually, dork is a term for whale's penis.
Fucking hell.
So we're going to be watching Series 1, Episode 3, Rhythms of the Earth, or going to church. We'll see you very shortly. Anyway, yeah, we just watched To The Manor Born, Series 1, Episode 3.
We're talking about making crisps.
Sorry, it's normally me, isn't it? What was this called? Rhythm?
Podcast snack.
Crunch. To the Manor Born, Rhythm of the Earth.
Rhythm of the Earth.
Rhythm of the Earth / going to church.
Going to church, thank you
which
very
was
much.
mundanely exactly. Well, the second part was like mundanely what it was all about.
Yeah, that was literal.
Really? Yeah, it was very literal. It wasn't like any Rhythm of the Earth. That was a little bit more thinking.
That was a little bit more thinking.
Well, what was Rhythm of the Earth then? Because they said it at one point.
Because that's literally what I said it was. It was about,
The
knowing about
season,
the
like
seasons
lambing
and
season, and the fact he wasn't.
sowing, and he wasn't getting involved with that kind of stuff.
Is that I don't remember.
Rhythms of the Earth is like, yeah, like the
What?
like seasons.
Seasons? Yeah, seasons.
Harvest and sowing
Is
and
that,
lambing.
is that a term for that? I don't know.
What, season?
I know what season it is. It must be certain. Like, Rhythm of the Earth, is that...
Well, no, I think that's just like the rhythm of the earth, isn't it?
There
Like
wasn't what
the
she read out
earth
from the article. And
goes through
that was
a
a callback. Wasn't she read
cycle,
out?
doesn't it? Nature has cycles.
Yeah, the circle of life. Wheel of Fortune.
What?
I don't know.
No
Lion King.
idea. Would one of you two like to roughly talk about what the premise of this episode was? I know we covered it before, but like in our own words.
Oh right, no wait. So the Rhythm of the Earth bit and the going to church bit with the deal where they made, wasn't it? Was that the Rhythm of the Earth was that he agreed that he would let her teach him what the Rhythms of the Earth was for the manor. To maintain the manor grounds and stuff properly,
Right.
And his part of the deal was that he would go to church because she asked him to.
I guess there was
Yeah.
much less focus on the first bit, though, really.
Well, I think it was the idea of like that the person living in the manor is kind of like the head of the village and the community, so they should be leading it and they
Special
should be
responsibility, yeah.
doing kind of like, very much like a baron of the town.
He just couldn't wait to say Baron.
And he wasn't. He was just kind of sitting. He was sitting, and let's be honest, this guy was sitting in his pyjamas at 11 a.m. on a Sunday.
Disgusting.
And even I draw the line at 10:30.
Draw a line of pyjamas.
I do wear pyjamas.
It was, well, okay. The majority of it, the comedy was just like, it was derived sort of conversationally, wasn't it? It was very wordy.
Heavy dialogue.
Yeah.
Script, to be technical. Was very
That's it, the
script-based. Words.
But the last minute completely went against that. They were like, No, I want to get this in. We're gonna just have a handbrake turn, and yeah, but we'll get to that.
Okay, yeah. So should we get to that later? Yeah. Sorry, have we said what the general premise of this was?
Oh right, so
I wasn't sure. I've literally written Keith wants DeVere to come to church and take things more seriously.
yeah, she wants him to come to church for a start, to be part of village life. She also wants to take him to, yeah, as we said, we touched on, to take his roles as head of the manor more seriously. It's, you know, lots of traditions. She invoked the idea of tradition and history of the village, and, you know, being the man in the manor house, man of bad men, he should take these things seriously, and she feels like he's not stepping up to it. So, so how did it even start? Church, wasn't it?
Yeah, it started off as the people coming out of the church.
Coming out
She
of
came out of the church, and she was giving it large about this guy hadn't even turned up. She was hacked off, wasn't she? She wasn't happy.
She was ticked off, yeah.
Oh, has anyone been to church?
Yeah.
What, sat through last sermon?
I don't think I've been to normal church, no.
Normal church? What do you mean normal church?
Like a normal Sunday, I've been to like...
I'm not saying have you ever set foot in a church, like, do they usually, the alarms go off and whoa, salt line.
I mean,
to a normal church.
no, but I mean, I don't think I've been to a normal service. I've been there for a reason.
Oh.
Let the reason be God.
What should be the reason?
What?
What, a reason?
Like a christening or...
Okay, yeah, so you've had an event. There's been
Christmas
something
Eve or
you've been
something.
invited to. You've never gone to church necessarily of your own
Christingles.
volition.
You think-
Christingles isn't Christmas Eve. You're mad. That's
course it's
midnight
Christmas
mass. No, it's around Christmas, but it's not Christmas Eve.
Every time I've gone to get a Christingles, it's been Christmas Eve.
Oh, you just
Listen.
yeah, but just because you took an orange and a candle to church doesn't mean it's a Christingle service. Let's be fair. That's just a snack and a light.
And a light.
Yeah, Christingle
seemed like
service. As I've been to one of them, and it wasn't a Christmas Eve. I'm telling you now.
It was March.
It wasn't Christmas Eve. I had an egg.
Put a candle in it, just melted. Listen, you think people are dishing out oranges and dolly mixture? I'm not going to be there.
Right, midnight mass.
Midnight mass is on Christmas Eve, but Christingles around, yeah.
Right, so what, you're telling me the church is going to double book midnight mass / Christingle service?
I think that's a Christingle service at midnight. It's for kids, isn't it? Christingles.
No, the kids just stand
No matter
there
what,
and listen.
despite what they said to me, it's for kids. And so it's going to be sort of a, you know, late afternoon, early evening Christingle
I'm saying
services.
it's in Advent, but I'm not saying it's Christmas Eve.
But are you saying it can't be Christmas Eve?
I'm saying it's very unlikely. I've been to a few midnight masses, and I've never, ever seen any oranges.
I didn't say I was at midnight mass.
What?
I didn't say I was at midnight. I've never been to midnight
But
mass.
you said you went to midnight mass
I'm in bed
for a
waiting for
Christingle.
Santi.
You said Christingle service was on Christmas Eve.
It is on Christmas Eve.
Maybe in the morning.
It's not in the morning. It's Christmas Eve in the...
What, in the evening?
Early evening, late
Early
afternoon.
evening, late afternoon. Wow.
Not midnight mass.
They, if they have, then I guess by the time I got there, they'd removed all evidence.
What's that Tetris? I was just cleaning the floor. before it came.
Pick Mix van I just saw driving out of here. The Pick Mix van. best night of the year.
Christingles are usually held from
Here we go.
the end of November
Blood, that is deranged.
through to February.
Okay, so it could. Okay, I'll admit. Okay, then you could have been to a slovenly, late, lackadaisical. We got those of these oranges. What are we doing with them?
He's
Christ.
got a job lot of oranges.
Job lot of
We've got
oranges
like a
and
fucking
candles.
crate of Jaffas. What are we going to do with these?
Orange and Candle Convention. You never know. Could be any of these.
Do you know? I never liked that. Should I put cloves in it? Oh, the cloves go in it. I can't stand cloves.
Am I the only one's never had a Christingle? Is that what that's called?
We don't like have it.
Orange
Have you had a
candles in it.
Christingle? Do you know what I fancy? I'm gonna Stuart, go in the fridge, get a Christingle out while we're watching this film.
Yeah. Got any matches? I was going to like this. Yep. Cheers. Oh, this is sick, isn't it? Absolutely, it's deranged.
But anyway, right, yeah. So I've been to church. Yeah, it's just long, isn't it? Every Sunday.
Well, like so a non-wedding, non-funeral,
Wedding funeral.
Christingle.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, right. So it starts with the church. That's done. So
the
so
beginning,
someone mentions that. What's his name?
Richard DeVere.
Dickie DeVere isn't present at church, and she says, "Well, I'm going to make it right. You know, I'm going to make sure he comes next week." I'm going to make sure he's here next week. So that's quite
Not a euphemism then.
What?
It comes here.
I'm going to make sure.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm going to wank him on the church.
Well, she did mention like stiffies or something.
Stiffies,
I don't know what that was
Stiffies were
about. I don't know whether we misheard that.
No, we didn't say that. I think they were talking about people with like a stiff upper lip. I think is what they meant, or like a stiff back. But I think it's stiff upper lip. So possibly bristling with stiffies was the line she said. We went what at the same time after having just like I think melted out of existence from not following it anymore.
So from there, she goes round to his house, isn't it? That's when he's in his jannies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she comes around with a paper to. I don't know why, just to give him the paper.
I think it was already there, wasn't it? She was giving it to him.
Was it on his doorstep?
Yeah.
He probably gets it delivered.
Sorry?
He probably gets his paper delivered.
Yep.
I saw a bottle of milk this morning outside someone's house. I didn't know that milk was still about.
Mum gets it delivered, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Milkman's still going.
Going strong. Right, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Anything you're short of, leave him a note.
Not just milk.
What are you talking?
The vessel to eggs.
Maybe anything else? Any other dairy products? Or? Right, yeah. So then this is all very conversational. There's some bits and pieces around a crossword, which comes back later on in a pretty poor callback. What is it? Something about dance. It's foxtrot is the answer.
Yeah, cryptic question about. It wasn't even cryptic the first one. It was about a dance routine 3 and 4.
I can't remember the actual wording of the question, but
Something like dance, step before gallop or something like that.
yeah. So then so she's sort of kind of nagging him, not nagging him, that's a sexist term, but she's badgering him, inappropriate for the countryside, badgering him for about not taking his duties seriously and learning the rhythms of the earth. And then he's like, yeah, he kind of dismisses her, I guess, is how it ends. And as she's walking out, he goes, fuss pot. And she's like, what? Because, it's the answer to the crossword question, but it also relates to the scene.
Yeah.
It's excellent writing.
It was, yeah, well done.
Fastidious something. A vessel for the fastidious.
Trying to say it's used quite a lot, isn't it? The crossword puzzle used to dig at someone, isn't it? I've seen that quite a few times in different ones where it's like they're doing the crossword puzzle and it's like, fucking bitch. Oh, 3 down. But not like that. But it's like something like that. You say something like to someone.
An unpleasant woman, two words.
But they'll say something and the person's like, what? And it's like, oh, 3 down.
It's used as a running gag in Hot Fuzz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what is it? Old bag or something.
Like
Hag, that's it. Yeah. Hag. Yeah, that's a nice little bit there.
Classic trope.
Yeah. Then, so what's the next scene? It's the next scene is Audrey and Marjorie having a chat.
Yeah, Audrey. Yeah.
What?
Is it Audrey?
Audrey is Penelope Keith's character's name.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Isn't it?
I'm just calling her
Audrey.
I've got Keith right.
Well, let's just go with that.
Keith is Penelope Keith's name.
I know that. All right.
Audrey.
Audrey.
There's not many Audreys. Audrey Hepburn is one. Audrey Hepburn.
There's an Audrey in Coronation Street, wasn't there?
That's Deirdre, I think.
I think it's an Audrey as well, isn't there?
Is this relevant?
No, Audrey and Deirdre is like Mario and Wario. There's Audrey and Deirdre. That's what their relationship was like.
Wario?
Wario?
Wario.
It's Mario. And he's like the Bizarro Mario, so it's Wario. That's just fucking nonsense. I'm not saying Wario.
No,
it's not Mario, is it? It's not Mario.
No, but but it's. I thought it's just like Wario sounds so like waft. Wario.
But he's the bad Mario, isn't it?
He's Scottish Wario.
So I'm not going to say Mario and Wario.
No,
it's Mario and Wario.
Yeah, but just because they're like got a different sort of doesn't mean you have to pronounce the words exactly the same.
Yes,
no,
it does.
You don't.
Wario.
What would you say?
I'd say Wario.
What's wrong?
I genuinely say Wario.
Do you?
There you go, look.
Oh.
Wario.
It's an idiot as well.
Fair enough. No, it just sounded really weird.
Wario.
But I watched Breakfast at Tiffany's recently.
Yeah.
Is it
Chef
that?
breakfast?
No.
Said I think I remember the film. Oh, yes, I recall. I think she both kind of liked it. Yeah, it wasn't a bad film. Written by Truman Capote. And if it annoyed me, right, is that It's called Breakfast at Tiffany's, right?
Well, no fry-ups. Where is this leading?
Oh no, it's tenuous because like at the beginning, the whole point of it is that she gets depressed or whatever. When she's depressed, she goes to Tiffany's.
Okay.
To have a look at all the jewelry and that. But Breakfast at Tiffany's, right? She eats a fucking croissant out of a bag outside in the street, looking in the window.
Right.
Okay.
Because I thought it was like how there's like a cafe in Debenhams. I thought it's like that kind of setup. I thought there was like a cafe, like a restaurant or something in Tiffany's. I thought, I assume
Like food court.
Yeah, she had a spudger like in.
Did the ladies in the Breakfast at Tiffany's universe?
But I thought, that's like a restaurant in like I don't know, fucking Harrods or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought she was having some sort of champagne.
Like
champagne.
John Lewis Cafe.
Yeah, I thought she was having some sort of champagne breakfast in Tiffany's, but she was eating like a fucking sausage, bean, and cheese melt out on the street.
Sausage, bean, cheese melt. Oh god.
It's like it's hardly breakfast at Tiffany's, is it? Fuck off. I was livid. The whole film was like,
Yeah, but
she must. When did she have breakfast at Tiffany's?
That wasn't the major plot point. That wasn't like like a culinary film, was it? Like literally looking at the different breakfast foods. Just happened to be at
Imagine what that
Tiffany's.
poster would have been had it been her just sitting down in a really grotty
Like
looking
cafe. It's just like Sainsbury's Cafe.
I
Like
remember
full English.
a gutbuster in Tiffany's.
No black pudding.
chip on a foot.
Fried potatoes.
Oh, it's chips as well. Chips with a fried breakfast is a real low point. That is a real low.
I can't believe that's what you thought the film would be.
I thought she had like a. I didn't think she was having a fry up. I thought she had like an elegant breakfast, like
Eggs
a
Benedict.
champagne and something like salmon or whatever.
Eggs Florentine.
Exactly.
With
So
champagne.
fancy,
Yeah, it's a smoked salmon or something. I thought
But
that's
why
that
would you
kind.
think that was the point? That was the.
Well, I thought that's why it's called breakfast at
whole film.
Tiffany's.
Wait, okay.
The thing is, that, Chris, you say we've got nothing in common. Yeah, no common ground to start from, and we're falling apart.
What?
Okay. And I say, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? And Chris said, yes, I think I remember the film. And yeah, I recall, we both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing we've got. Yeah? Mm. And she said, the thing that annoyed me about it was that she didn't actually have breakfast at Tiffany's.
Extended lyrics.
Yeah, by Deep Blue Something. Good song, isn't it? You say that we got nothing in common.
What is your favourite breakfast out of interest?
Good question. Eggs Florentine's quite nice. Is that one with hollandaise sauce? Is that Florentine?
No,
or Benedict?
Florentines with anything with like spinach.
Spinach.
What I don't understand with eggs, right? You got.
Here we go. This is Mark's egg bit. Off you go.
It's not a bit.
Listen, guys, what I don't understand about eggs is, have you noticed this?
Have you ever
Go on,
noticed?
right, so scrambled egg.
What's the deal with eggs?
No, it's
Mark Field. Failed, whatever.
It's the naming convention of eggs. So you got scrambled,
Sure.
boiled,
Sure.
fried.
Flied. Fried eggs. That's what
Egg
you're
fried
throwing them at
eggs.
someone's house, isn't it?
Egg fried eggs. Yeah.
I know it's weird, but there is such thing as a baked egg.
Oh, yeah. It's disgusting.
Yeah, coddled. Yeah.
Deranged.
No, you have baked eggs. And you,
I believe you. It's just not right. It just doesn't seem right.
It's odd.
Fine, well.
Poached as well. Totally fine, all good.
Okay.
So they're all words that can be followed by the word egg.
Okay.
yeah,
Omelette.
yeah.
Omelette, yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
It's French, isn't it?
It's just a French scrambled egg, isn't it? Sort of.
No.
You French egg pancake. An egg cake. Pancake. Peg. Omelette is French for egg pancake.
Is it
No.
Okay, well, alright, fine. But yeah,
Omelette.
answer to your question, scramblies, great choice. Toast, got any avocado? Some of that as well.
What's going in your scrambled egg? What's your technique?
Good question.
Microwave.
How about a bit of chorizo? Stick a bit of chorizo in there. That's lovely.
I might try that tomorrow. I've got some left over of everything.
Chorizo.
My technique is, and I'll tell you why it's a bloody good one, it's a little bit butter to start.
It's got to be butter.
And then you slowly...
This podcast was sponsored by butter.
Any specific? No, just butter.
Precedent.
Slowly, 3 eggs. Little stir, little stir, little stir.
Yeah.
3 or 4 out of 9. That's the temperature. And then just keep cooking that till it starts to come together. Not too hard.
Not too hard. Yeah.
You're looking for something. You're looking for
Bit
it
of
to be all
moisture.
scrambly.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want to take it off the heat just before time, so it can continue cooking for a little while, won't it?
And if you got any like, I have been adding like a splash of milk sometimes. So if you got any like double cream splash,
Oh, lovely. A decadent.
Salt, pepper, parsley.
Interesting.
Salt goes in last though, just to keep that little flavour. Oh, this has just gone off the rails again.
Yeah, right. We got to that conversation with Audrey, and she's talking about how she can mould him and stuff. And let's not forget, we didn't mention this in the first half before the show started, that she's a widow.
Yeah, and 3 episodes in, and she's mentioned about how he's only been there for a week. We're assuming that her husband's just died.
Well, I don't know. She did turn up to the church in all black.
Yeah, she did.
It's all falling into place now.
That's an interesting thing. You think with now all the, you have like concepts where it's like objectifying and obviously like jokes that are at the expense of women and things like that.
I would never do that. But
that obviously, no, but like back then would have been socially acceptable, but now obviously you wouldn't necessarily have them.
The good old days.
What about the concept of women have to change a man's personality? And that whoever he is at that point isn't good enough, and that she has to change him and completely mould him into someone that she wants. Mm-hmm. Is that something that does that still go on in sitcoms? I don't really know. I don't really watch a lot of TV.
Not that I can think of, but I don't tend to watch any like what would be you consider like this is going to be shit.
No, I just thought it was interesting to think. Like you say, have that concept, don't you? Yeah. If you had that now of saying like, oh, there's this guy, but he's I don't like who he is, so I'm going to change him.
He's a layabout.
No, I think it's like a pretty common trope, isn't it?
But this
like
guy's not a layabout, though, is he? Because he's obviously like a massively successful self-made millionaire. So it's not that he's not a decent member of society. He's not the personality that she wants. So she thinks it's fine to completely change him. If that was a role that was reversed and a man was saying, right, well, I don't like, I'm going to change this woman's personality to fit my ideal.
Agenda,
is that something that's,
Yeah, why isn't there a straight pride?
That's every day.
That's an interesting question. I don't know if that exists in comedy today. I would like to know the answer to that question.
Do you think it'd be something we'd like research know about? But, we'll just throw it out there as well. We don't know.
Yeah, this is a podcast by three sitcom experts. We don't watch TV, but
I watch actual good sitcoms nowadays.
we all stopped watching TV in about 2005, but the main stuff I watch is just like 30-second clips on like Twitter and stuff. I don't really watch the TV program live. For I don't know. Whenever I go to my mum's, she's watching Tat on TV.
No,
watching out the deck or whatever.
Yeah, just watching things on
The Masked Singer.
Crazy.
So the next scene after that is we finally see Davir's mum. I don't know what her name is.
It's a long name, isn't it?
Yeah, the Polish.
Long for isn't that?
Is she Polish or Czech?
Czechoslovak.
Where's the Polish bit come from then?
What Polish bit?
You said Polish earlier, didn't you?
He's half Czechoslovak and half
Polish.
Is he half Polish? I
don't know.
Oh, his dad was Polish. R.I.P.
Let's go check. So the daddy used to be. Let's go check.
The humour here is that she says funny words sometimes, gets phrases wrong. Her accent was all over the place.
Yeah, a little bit Welsh, I felt.
A little bit Welsh. What's the gist of that scene? It went on a bit. And what was she saying?
She was sort of telling him that he had been. He was basically being a bit slovenly, and he was. You were still in your pajamas, and you let her in. Well, she won't come back again because I think Mum's pushing for him to sort of settle down with her and sort of. Because she's very well thought of in the village, so it would up their kind of standing because she said to him, you've got money but no history, so she was very keen for them to kind of get ingratiated into that society and that sort of village life.
That's a really good point to touch on.
Feels that's the door.
Because it felt like the mum wanted to get involved with the community, and then Penelope Keith's character, Audrey, made a point that she didn't want her to. Essentially, she did feel like she didn't belong.
Because she's a foreigner.
Yeah.
Leave means leave. Brexit means Brexit.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. So what? Who thought that she didn't want him?
Terrifying birds. What? Sorry, I'm scared by the pigeon.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what you said.
Right, so then a couple of times the jokes in that was like him going, "Oh, well, I'm the boss," and then she said, "Do something," and he's like, "Oh, yes, mother." And that was big laugh.
That happened a couple of times.
Big laugh. Yeah. Yes, mother. Brilliant. So what happens after that? She comes around again, and then that's when they agree to have the. He wants to. No. The next one is.
Picking your nose and just pointing at me. Thanks.
No, the next scene is. There's the scene that was It was shot. It was framed funnily where De Vere comes out and there's the old groundskeeper man, and he's like.
Should we explain what poo sticks are?
We're not on the poo stick scene yet. Before that, he steps out of the house dressed like a country gent.
Stop talking about poo sticks.
Yeah,
I just love it so much.
he's dressed as a country gent, and he goes out and speaks to the gamekeeper, a groundskeeper man with the big sideburns. And it looked very much like the Ted and Ralph, and we've said
I
for our show.
shout. I did a quick Google for that and couldn't see any initial. Classic level of research that I do. But,
well, I saw that the Ted and Ralph was inspired by John Borman, a documentary about John Borman, who in his documentary couldn't relate to his Irish gamekeeper or something. So I don't know if that's a very specific reference, but the gamekeeper's like a good foot and a half shorter than he was, and it looked like he was standing in a hole, which is quite funny.
He was really badly shot. He was quite a tall man as well.
A tall man. And the next scene is poo sticks. So Keith is playing poo sticks on her own. Bit weird. It's pointless. It's a different time. There was no Twitter or
and
anything.
They didn't have a TV, as we'd established.
Didn't have a TV. Posh. Countryside. Then De Vere comes along. Poo sticks, etc. Boring. And then she says, I'm thinking. Then it starts raining, and they run away into the house.
And that rain.
He's like, oh my god, here it comes, and it just started raining.
Yeah, flash showers. That wasn't that bad.
But you don't go like.
Sometimes it literally just like.
Sometimes you can see it come towards you, but you don't go, here it comes, and then.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
I don't think you do. But
you do sometimes.
It's different in the countryside.
Is it?
Run into the house. Then that's when they have their truce. He wants to have a truce because he wants to learn stuff about being in the manor and how to do it properly for some reason.
Well, because he lives there.
But why? He wasn't interested up to that point.
Yeah, but he's only been there a week.
Has he only been there for a week?
Yeah, he's
He's
been
been episode 3 or
week.
something.
No, I think
Were you questioning timeline?
The mum as well. The mum would have been pestering him about it.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
One thing we should probably get down, I don't think we have covered it, is the clock.
Oh my
That's
god.
quite an important plot device.
It comes in a couple of times. So right at the very first scene when the vicar's greeting everyone, the old man comes out. Is it the same guy as the gamekeeper? Or is it a different man with
I think it's
sideburns?
the same guy because they're massive sideburns.
Why make it confusing? There's two people with sideburns in it. But so he's like, oh, thank you so much for fixing the church clock. And he's like, oh, no problem. Then it's Keith goes, come around to my house and fix my grandfather clock or whatever it's called. No, it's a long clock or whatever. And he goes round, and it turns out that it's broken because he left a screwdriver in there. I got a big laugh. It's pathetic. Yeah. So then he fixes her clock, etc.
But he's fixing it during the thing because when we talked about when she goes round to his house for dinner and that, she's 40 minutes late because she hasn't got a clock.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And also, when Audrey and Marjorie are having their conversation, she says something about, he's fixing my clock, and Marjorie pretty much says like, he's shit at fixing clocks, and she's like, well, he's been in it for so long, can't be. It doesn't harm him. There's no harm to anyone. Let him do it. So, yes. Then we're having the thing about doing the manor and stuff, and then she goes, okay. That's my part of the bargain is that she would teach him what to do in the rhythms of the earth and stuff, how to be a farmer, etc. How to delegate things on the manor. His part of the truce was that he would have to come to church on Sunday, 10 a.m. on the dot.
Mm.
Right. Have a good time. Oh, right, yeah. It's a really funny... probably one of the highlights of the... actually, no, my joke of the week, actually, for this, is they're playing poo sticks, right? And he's like, he'd never heard of poo sticks. She's like, I can't believe you never heard of poo sticks or Winnie the Pooh. I suppose you think AA Milne is a motoring organisation.
Yeah, I saw you right.
Lovely stuff, I thought.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
Because it does sound like a...
AA Milne, yeah, brilliant. AA, Automobile Associations. I'm with More Than. RAC. Yeah, different.
Green flag.
Different. Fucking hell. So, hilarious, right? His mum's in charge of sorting out the wines, right? And he suddenly realises that she's chilling the red wine. That's not what you do. You warm it. But what's she warming? She's warming the champagne.
Unbelievable.
Picks up the champagne. It's so hot.
It was probably like trembly little thing.
Yeah, rubbish. And then he goes out and it like pops because it's hot and stuff. Absolute dog shit. And then Penelope Keith comes in and they have that evening. Then she goes home and the clock's chiming, and for all intents and purposes the clock is fixed. Perfect. She goes to sleep. Going to get up bright and early for the church.
But
Cut.
But
Continue.
before that, though, she was saying to was he like a
Ravenger,
butler?
the butler. Yeah.
Yeah, saying about how she wouldn't stand for any more negativity about De Vere, who's actually quite a nice man.
A nice man.
A nice man, and saying, and he said, "Oh, but I've never said any bad words about him." And she's like, "Well,
So you fucking don't lie to me."
yeah, it was a big fight." No, and then she just went to bed, basically.
Sleepy.
Just saying they're all good now.
Well, it was late. It was late. We saw that. I don't know whether it had mentioned what time she came back, because when it went to the clock said it was 1 a.m.
So
wasn't it?
The clock struck 1, and then down she run.
What?
Hickory Dock. Keith ran up the clock. I was trying to work out if she was acting drunk.
Yeah, I think she's a bit pissed because obviously they've had red wine and champagne. The double.
Beer. Wine before beer, you'll feel a bit queer. Beer before wine, you'll feel fine.
Wine and champagne.
You're gonna get aim.
Anyway, so I think she was coming back a bit tipsy, and obviously saw that the clock had struck. I don't know whether that meant that she thought, because what had happened? The clocks went forward, or they went
I had to work it out. I
back.
spring forward. Yeah.
So it must have gone forward. So she
rhythms of the
must have, but then she must have maybe not realised that she had got back a lot later than she thought it was. Because presumably, if it's 1 o'clock on the thing,
is it midnight?
She would think it was 12, wouldn't she?
So
No. So it's 1 o'clock. But it was 1 o'clock, but it should have been 2 o'clock.
Right, so cut to the next scene, right? He's supposed to be reading a lesson, yeah, out of the Bible.
I've never heard of it called as like lessons.
So someone's been to church, what I like.
Is it referred to as a lesson?
No, I don't know. I've never heard of it as.
Okay. It was, yeah?
I just read the passage or...
Yeah, I read his passage, which I'd never heard anything else.
Or sermon. Or...
That's what the vicar says.
What?
I suppose he gets you get a feature. You get a guest verse. That's a lesson.
Oh, okay.
Vicar featuring the beer.
Support act.
So, cut to the church, right? Everyone's leaving. But Keith is turning up. What the hell's happened?
Unbelievable. And we clocked it.
And we were like, oh, clock is the right word. So, what happens then, everyone?
What, the bit that I lost my shit at, or just in general?
Well, it's all very odd. It all starts to go very strange. So she's like, oh, what's happened? And then it's like a really, really like close cropped shot of the vicar's face looking smug.
Yeah, but it was like a if you
overly smug.
If like 100% obviously is a normal zoom, it was like a 120% zoom. It was just enough to make it noticeable.
Oh, there's always one. There's always one who's late when the clocks go forward.
Really weird vicar.
It's like, where did that come from? The fuck's your problem?
Turn the other cheek. Come on. Fuck, you know. Yeah.
And then it did that quick pan to like the church clock.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll get a video of this, but like I lost my shit out. Like, and then the clock's spinning around.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Just insane.
Mm.
And that's it, really.
Yeah, that was the end of the episode.
So there you go. The sound test. Our joke of the week was mine was A.A. Milne.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I wasn't.
Yeah, who cares?
I do care, but like, there was a lot of dialogue in this for me, and typically I'm not a fan of these sort of things. I compared it to Butterflies when we were watching it in that sense, in that there's that sort of romance thing as well.
Okay, stand the test of time or whatever. I mean, I don't even know what criteria we're judging this anymore. I mean, like the themes and the dynamic, I can imagine work fine nowadays. He's a fish out of water. She's like a stick. She's really there, but she's been put out, and she's like trying to teach him the ways.
But the thing is,
will they? Won't they? They will. They will.
They didn't seem opposite enough for me. Like he was a
because he was quite because he was still quite posh, wasn't he?
Yeah. Because I was expecting him. Because I think you said like greengrocer or something at some point. Is that right?
Yeah, he started as an East End barrow boy, I reckon. That's what it said, anyway.
Yeah, so I expected him to be like, what's his name, Dominic someone, that sort of character. The bald guy. Is it Dominic?
Who?
What? You know, that the guy, the bald guy glasses on MasterChef.
Greg Wallace.
Greg Wallace, not
Dominic. Wallace, yeah.
Greg,
Yeah, Wallace would have been a great casting for this.
Not exactly,
Wallace.
but, like,
Imagine Wallace into the Man of Born.
I expected like that sort of polar opposite, but I didn't know.
No, yeah. Because it...
Like a bit Cockney.
Yeah, exactly. Something that was
Yeah. Because like in the setup and the premise, I felt the dynamic would be like he was like an imposter, and like he was trying to be posh and stuff, and he kept getting things wrong. But maybe there are. We've only seen one episode, but it seemed that the guy Devere was like way too. Obviously, he changed his name and stuff, and he says, "Oh, Mum, please don't call me Breslov or whatever in front of her." And she's like, "Shut up."
But you seem pretty posh anyway.
Exactly. He's wearing a nice gown. You know, he's got like a nice
A gown.
a lovely blouse.
Pocket chief.
Yeah, the pocket chief.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing the crossword. He knew the words. He's an intelligent man. It's not like he was like a prince among men, where he's obviously like trying to be like someone he's not. Exactly. Like, you know, a sheep and wolf slogan. But
And what?
I don't know. It didn't really work. But I thought it was fine. Thought it was fine. It was a bit of a slog. Bit annoying to try and follow the dialogue because there were some long words, but it was fine. We liked it when she said stiffies. That was a funny part.
Unintentionally. For me, I think sitcoms like this would work better if there is that bigger dynamic.
Yeah, they say stuff about boners sometimes just keep us interested. All right, Chris, did you like it?
It's like YouTube comments. Boner at 3:15.
You got the click link as well.
Yeah.
Stiffy's what?
Chris, did you like it?
It's all right. It was it was inoffensive. It was like, what was it? It was it's fluff, wasn't it? Like,
It was one. I unfortunately suspected this going there. It was going to be one of the middle of the road ones where we're just sitting there like,
yeah.
This is just nothing.
All right, what's the game?
Mark made a game. Stupid game. Mark has made a stupid game. Let's play the game. Let's play the fucking stupid game.
Oh, we've got to guess what it is. To the Manor Born. You've got to guess about tools. Chris?
To
the Manor Prawn is about shellfish.
what about to the man or born? So it's like it's either a man or like a boat paddle.
Yeah. So, do you want me to reveal the game for this week?
No.
We'll see you next week on.
What is it?
So this week's for Mark's stupid game is To The Manor Corn.
Is it about new metal bands? Is it?
Ish.
The Manor Corn. We're a backwards K.
What? Corn?
Is it corn with a K?
It's corn with a K.
Oh. Not even corn. Like, is it,
No.
you know,
Meat substitute.
meat substitute? Is it a mycoprotein or a
To the Manor
high
Corn.
biological, low biological? Which one?
I'll read out some song titles.
Okay.
You have to tell me whether or not they're songs by Korn. So it's like a true or false.
Jesus.
What?
This is going to be good.
I've really been looking forward to this one. I think you'll both enjoy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Freak on the key.
I say that every week. So, Wood, you're up first. Black is the soul.
All right. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, true.
Black is the soul.
It is a Korn song.
How's soul spelt?
S-E-S-O.
It's like a cobbler. The cobbler's anthem. Like, what is it? Like,
I'm going to fix these brogues. We've done this before, just doing
like,
doing
yeah.
words in a funny voice.
Yeah. Jones.
Yeah.
Cameltosis.
Doctor, I'm afraid. My bikini's too tight. Cameltosis. Yeah, it's a real one.
True.
Cameltosis. First dance at the wedding.
Wood. Hate is strong.
hate is strong. I'll say no.
False.
Is it false?
False.
That's going to be really easy.
Actually, anything that sounds like a really shit title, it's like it's going to be false, isn't it?
Jones. Earache, my eye.
What? Ear ache my eye. A real.
It is a real song.
Yeah.
It's a Scottish national anthem.
Would. Stay hydrated.
Oh, so that's true.
It's false. Oh. It's Mr. Penalty here. Jones.
Yeah. False.
They're all just so ridiculous.
You can do it, Mark. You can do it.
Brian.
That's real. That's real. It's real, isn't it?
It's not.
Brian. All those new metal bands have always got a song called, like, Jim or whatever, and it's about somebody who killed themselves. Well, Brian definitely hung himself in the woods.
The fun thing about this for me is obviously I've got the answers written there, but I don't remember writing most of these, and I wrote this really early on. This has been around since series 3.
It's like some fucking Mark Unplugged, talking about the stories about behind his quizzes.
No, I just been wanting to do this for so long.
This next one I wrote back in 2017. It's a really
This is
a quiz that means a lot to me. This one's called To The Manor Born.
Would.
Thank you.
Acoustic.
Would. Helmet in the bush.
Right, okay, well, that's true. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's true.
I might get into corn on the way back. Pop it up on the
Jones, blood on a rose.
blood on a rose. That's a face. Face? False.
It is false. Last two now, so one each. Would.
Keep struggling to keep a straight
I
face.
really am. Jingle balls.
True.
It is true.
Whee.
For the draw. So you're playing for me to win.
How's he winning?
For all, you've both got one right each. You need to get this one right for the draw.
Oh, okay.
That's-
I thought I was winning. That's annoying.
No, you both got one wrong.
Okay, go on.
So, for the draw, paranoid and aroused.
False. It's a real one. Paranoid and aroused.
True. It's true.
What are you doing? Searching your mind for the Corn back catalogue.
Oh, it must be on a bootleg. I can't remember.
Must be a B-side.
Oh, thank you for that. I've genuinely been waiting for such a long time.
If you are paranoid and aroused, put some tape over your webcam. That's what I say.
The tape just distorts it on blue tack.
Sellotapes to see through.
Like a Vaseline-like smear.
You can see me wanking, but it's a bit blurry.
Right, Woods, then, yeah, you know the score.
I haven't chosen one for fucking ages. have I?
No.
We should win a game here now. We have for health and efficiency.
What's it called? Health and efficiency.
So this is
The fuck is that?
It's a new one that's been added not too long ago. It's written by the guy that wrote 2.4 Children.
Yes.
And yeah, this has been Shitcom. Thanks very much. As always, we will see you then. I've been Mark. That's Chris Wood.
Yep.
It's Chris Wood. Bookmarked it. Jesus, bookended. No, got a phrase wrong. Bookended it. Goodbye.
I didn't even get to say bye this time.
Jones.
Chris say bye twice.
Bye. Cool, blimey. We those name
Cool,
tags.
blimey.
Those name tags were a waste of time.
See you, cool blimey.
What?